What's up guys, it's Mr. Brown 2K here, back with a video, and today we're going to be talking about if you should pull for Xuan or not. So basically, if you want me to do the TLDR real quick, if you don't have Adventurine, and you don't have Huohuo, and you don't have Luocha, definitely get her. But if you do have Adventurine, and you have like a Gallagher that's fairly built, you don't really need her. So the only thing about Xuan is that she is really strong and she stops one-shots from happening on your teammates. However, unlike Adventurine, like Adventurine stops one-shots, but she usually dies if somebody's gonna get one-shot. Because there's times where I've done Swarm Disaster and my Xuan gets a one-shot, but my teammates don't die. So it's a trade-off. Like if you need the crit rate, obviously, on your carry, if you don't have quite enough crit rate, obviously go ahead and get her. She's pretty damn good. She's very solid. She's so comfy, but I would say that Adventurine is probably still just overall better than Xuan is. Like if you have Adventurine, you really don't need to worry about getting Xuan. She's not really worth it if you have Adventurine, because you're better off just saving for Huohuo. That's just like overall better as a sustainer, because all Xuan really does is keep your team alive, heal them a little bit, and then stop them from getting one shot from most enemies. So in most cases, she's solid, but she's not gonna do anything crazy insane. She's not gonna make you do a billion damage. She's not gonna do much. She's just solid. If you wanna not have like a comfy little playthrough, obviously she's really good for that. She stops 1 CC, so she's not quite as good as Huohuo. So she's kinda, I wouldn't say she's mid, because she is really strong and really comfy, but she doesn't offer more than just keeping your team alive. And if you're doing MOC and your team isn't very good as far as damage wise, she doesn't keep your team alive as long as a Luocha or a Adventurine would, because her heal does heal, but it's only 500 HP, which really is not a lot. So, like, if you're gonna get her, you gotta be getting her for a particular reason. So basically, if you're gonna be getting her, you're gonna be wanting to get her because you need the crit rate, or you just like how she looks. Because I think she's still to this day my favorite character in the game. I love her so much. She's so cool. Definitely my favorite character in the game. So if you really need a sustainer and you don't have Huohuo, Luocha, or Adventurine, definitely get her. But I want everyone to know that she is not better than Adventurine. She's not better than a Huohuo. She's better than Luocha, because Luocha just keeps your team alive, just straight up. That's all he does. However, she does more than that, because she gives you crit rate. So if you're going for the Mono Quantum and you need your Zila to have more crit rate, she's perfect for that. If you want Mono Quantum, go ahead, get her for that. That's how that works. She's perfect for Mono Quantum. Love her for that. She does that quite well. But as far as like everything else, because after all these other sustainers have came out after her, I still love her because I have her E1, and she's for my Jing Yuan to make sure he doesn't get CC'd. But if you don't have Jing Yuan and you're using like Amiber de Lune, or you're using Dr. Ratio, like she doesn't use a lot of skill points, but she does use skill points more often than the Luocha or an Adventurine would, or a Huohuo would. So she is a little bit more intensive of a unit, but she also heals herself like that. So she is really strong. She just isn't, she doesn't do much more than just keep your team alive. She doesn't really offer too much more than that, and that little bit of crit rate buff, that 12% crit rate buff, that's pretty much all she offers. And as I'll see if I can get it, but she doesn't really heal too much. In Simulated Universe, I remember I beat the first Swarm Disaster with her and the Luocha as my sustainers. So as far as if you want to beat Swarm Disaster, absolutely, she's perfect for that. She's probably one of the best characters for that. However, Adventurine exists, so yeah, Adventurine exists because Adventurine exists. And when Adventurine exists, it just is what it is, man. Adventurine is Adventurine. He is just so strong. He keeps your team alive. You don't get one shot. And then, after that, he does a bunch of damage himself. Not a lot, but he does damage himself. And he keeps your team alive. And he gives them shields without even having to use a skill. So, he is really strong. I would say Adventurine is just by far better than Xuan at this point in the game, and the sustainers are only going to get more power crept at this point, so she's not going to get much better than she is right now. She's strong as she is now. She keeps your team alive. She does her job. She does her job, as you can see. She keeps your team alive, but she's not going to do anything crazy for your team. She's not going to change everything, because I know before when she first came out, I had a video on her, and she literally changed everything about the game because she was new and she was like the first sustainer that could keep people from getting straight up one shot. It's always happened a lot before in the beginning of the game. So pretty much, yeah. If you want Xuan, you think she looks cool, and you don't have Adventurine, go ahead and get her, and you need that little bit of crit rate. But just know that out of most sustainers, she probably uses the most skill points out of all of them, and she does not heal your team very well. So if your team isn't built very well, she's not gonna really help you too much. I guess Adventuring wasn't either, but pretty much she's just there for the crit rate buff, and she's there to keep your team alive. She doesn't do much more than that. You want to run her fast, and you don't even need to have her Lycone. It is good, but you don't really need it unless you really want it. But I personally wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend just getting Adventurine. Adventurine is just him. I didn't get Adventurine because I have E1 Xuan, and I love Xuan as a character. I just love her design. I love her as a character. My favorite character in the game besides Jingyuan. So that's why I always use her, and I'm like, well, I already have Luocha, I have Xuan. I beat MOC every week. I don't really need another sustainer. If you don't need a sustainer, if you already have 2 sustainers that are 5 stars, you have other 5-star, you don't need her. You really don't. You really don't. Like, sustainers are just sustainers. They're never gonna change the game so dramatically that you really need them. Otherwise, just go for a DPS. That would probably be better off. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, showing off some Xuan, and telling you if you should pull for her or not. She's good, but a sustainer is a sustainer. You're better off just saving for a character like a DPS if you already have decent sustainers. If you have like Gallagher, if you have a sustainer that you like, you have Lynx Lynx kind of fell off, but if you have like a Gallagher or somebody that's good, you really don't need Xuan. She's kind of just there. She doesn't really help you too much. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and you guys have a great rest of your day.